Hello everyone and welcome to this new video in which I'm going to tell you the books that I am hoping to read in 2023. So it's not really a TBR video because if I don't read every book that I'm gonna say here, it's okay, but it's just books that I really want to read or books that I've had for quite some time but haven't read yet. So yes. So to begin this video, I'm going to read my actual TBR for the year in my reading journal. The four first books are books that I have to read for university. So those ones, I'm sure that I'm gonna read them because I have to. So the first one that I have to read is The Great Gatsby. It's not gonna be hard because it's my favorite book, so obviously I'm gonna be happy to read it. But I haven't started to reread it yet, even though we started to study it in class. I know it already like by heart, so I don't need to, but I'm gonna read it again anyway. Next we have Carmilla. It's actually the first book that I started reading this year and I haven't finished it yet. But so far I really love it. I expected to like it because I like the vibe, but I'm really loving it and I think it's gonna be close to 5 stars, if not 5 stars. Then I have to read The Crucible and F and From. I don't know anything about those two books, so we'll see. Now, a book that I am planning on reading in February is The Little Prince, which is also one of my favorite books, but I haven't read it since my childhood. Like the last time that I read it, I was 9 years old, so like I don't remember everything, and I will obviously have a different point of view while reading it because obviously I grew up. It was 9 years ago, half of my life, and now I'm 18, so obviously I will have a different opinion on it, and I cannot wait to read it with like the point of view of an adult. Then I have Gods and Monsters, which is the last book in the Serpent and Dove trilogy. I really loved the first book and I really hated the second book, but I am hoping that the third one will be better than the second one. Then I have Our Valiant Ends by Chloe Gong. This one I started it in June last year and I'm like at pages 120 and I really want to finish it this year. And last book in my TBR is Sense and Sensibility by Jane Austen. I started reading it like 2 years ago. But like I read 100 pages, but at the time I was reading like 8 books at once, so I had to make sacrifices. So I stopped reading Sense and Sensibility, but I really want to read it this year. Alright, so I'm done with my TBR. Now I'm gonna tell you a few random books that I want to read, but there are so many, and I am kind of a mood reader, so I'm hoping to read them, but it doesn't mean that I will want to read them. Anyway, you get it. So first of all, I really want to finish the Cruel Prince trilogy, the Folk of the Air trilogy. I read The Cruel Prince in 2022 and I loved it, so I really want to read The Wicked King and The Queen of Nothing. If I don't read The Queen of Nothing this year, it's okay, but I kind of hope to read The Wicked King because I want to know what happens. Now, it's not one book in particular that I want to read, but I just want to read more Stephen King books because he is one of my favorite authors, but I don't read that much of his books. Like in 2021, I read like 3 books of him, I think maybe 4, and last year only 2, and it was only like short stories, so it's not really huge books. So I want to read more. Another trilogy that I want to finish this year is the Shadow and Bone trilogy. I never read the Grishaverse books, and last year I read Shadow and Bone, and I mean, I liked it, but not that much, honestly. And people are telling me that the duology of Six of Crows is way better than the trilogy of Shadow and Bone, but I want to finish like the trilogy before the duology. So I'm hoping to finish it this year, and just like the Folk of the Air trilogy, I am at least hoping to finish the second book, and if I don't read the third one in 2023, I mean, it's okay. But I kind of want, I mean, I want to read Six of Crows, but I want to read the trilogy before. So now in my reading journal, I have some goals for the year, and one of them is to read more classics. So I want to read Crime and Punishment by Dostoevsky. I don't know how to pronounce it, and honestly, I don't know who can pronounce his name, but you get it. It's a huge book, and it's gonna take a while, but you know, like right now, I am at my apartment, like because I have an apartment near my university, and so like during the holidays, I was in my father's house, and when I was making my bags, I just was like, I want to read Crime and Punishment. So I picked it up, put it on my bag, and took it here. So I'm going to read the books I have to read for university. It's only like 100 pages books, so like the four of them are like 500 pages. So it's gonna be January, and I really hope to read Crime and Punishment after the book that I have to read for school. I don't know why, it just attracts me. So yeah, and another classic that I want to read this year is The Scarlet Letter by Nathaniel Hawthorne. And this one, it was on my 2021 TBR and it was on my 2022 TBR, but I never read it. So I really hope that I will at least start it this year, even if I don't finish it in 2023. I want to start reading it because I've been wanting to read it for so long. So I hope I will read it this year. Now, a book that I am pretty sure that I will read this year is The First to Die at the End by Adam Silvera. So, as you know, or maybe you don't actually, if you know me, you know, They Both Die at the End is one of my favorite books ever. And so like I want to read The First to Die at the End. They Both Die at the End, I have like 9 copies of the book, so you can tell that I'm obsessed. And I am very happy because I met the author not long ago, and so I have a signed copy of The First to Die at the End, and I have a picture with the author, and I am so happy that I got to meet him and talk to him. Actually, I am scared that it's gonna be not that great because like They Both Die at the End was amazing, and when he said that he wanted to do a prequel to the book, I was like, he wants to do it because the book is very popular and all, and I understand, but I was scared that it was gonna be bad. So I hope it's gonna be great, and I also want to read some of his other books because I have, I think, 3 of them at my house. So I want to read at least one of them. And now I'm gonna enter the manga category. I want to finish reading Tokyo Revengers. For quite a while, I was like reading every chapter that came out each week, but then at some point I stopped, and now like the manga it's done, like there is no new chapter coming out, it's finished. So in France, the last volume that came out is the 22, so I am going to read it. I think once I will be done with my books for college, and I will read the last volume that came out in France, and then after that I will read every chapter that came out like after until I finish reading the whole manga, because it's one of my favorite manga ever, and I want to know what happens. Also because I am scared of spoilers. So I want to read it, see what happens, if my favorite characters die, and just finish it. And also, not very specific, but I want to read some of the mangas that I have at home, because I have a few horror manga series that I haven't read yet, but I have a few volumes, so I want to read them. And I have a lot of manga that I haven't read, so I want to read some of them in the year. The same goes to comics. I want to read a few comics that I have, and just read more comics, because last year I read one comic, so this year I want to read a few more. We're done for this video. It's short, and I hope you enjoyed it. You can also tell me in the comments the books that you are hoping to read during the year, and also just want to tell you guys that if you don't read every book that you put on your TBR, it's okay. I mean, you don't have to follow a list. You can just pick a book that you want to read in the moment, and the same goes to reading goal. If you don't finish your reading goal, it's okay. Reading is not a competition, it's a hobby, and if everyone is shaming you because you read not a lot of books, they are the problem, because as I said, it's not a competition. So don't stress yourself out with this. I do it because it's just a funny thing that I want to do, but I put my reading goal very low so that I will succeed it, and I just want to have one, because it's better for me. Also, have you noticed my pretty dress? I wanted to show it off because I love it. I love my outfit today. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I will see you in the next video, and until then, I hope you had a great day. I hope you are doing great. So see you next time. Bye.